Jacoby Brissett is going to be starting for the Arizona Cardinals against the Rams this weekend and for the Arizona Cardinals for the rest of the season, as Jonathan Gannon, prior to you stepping into our Zoom room, stepped to the podium and said that the injury for Murray is, quote-unquote, not progressing where it's going to make sense that he can go, and ruled him out for the rest of the season. Is he done in Arizona, Tom? I think it's a fair question to ask, certainly based on his cryptic comment about potentially not being around when the new facilities open up in 2 years. That caused a lot of eyebrows to raise before he got hurt. What do you got for me on that front, Tom?
Well, the Cardinals have a lot of things that they've got to figure out. They've lost, I believe, 9 of their last 10 games. You're in year 3 of the program. You'd like to think by this point you've learned to win more than the Cardinals seem to have learned how to win. They're in every game. Jonathan Gannon and his staff, they're all a bunch of young guys. They're bright coaches who all have big futures in this league. This has been a bumpy season for a lot of reasons. They've had a ton of injuries. And Kyler Murray, quite frankly, was never their quarterback. Now, when Jonathan Gannon got there, he threw everything he had behind Kyler Murray and has been a big backer of him. And Drew Petzing and the offensive staff, same thing. They also didn't have a choice. Kyler Murray's contract, which, of course, at the time was a heavy focus of media members and fans because of the infamous homework clause that, once that was revealed, ended up getting stripped out. It's also a remarkable document in terms of how long out the guarantees have flowed. He still has, in 2026, almost $40 million fully guaranteed, and another almost $20 million becomes fully guaranteed if Kyler is still on the roster as of March 15th. It would be unlike Arizona to simply say we're going to eat $40 million cash and release him. Is it possible that they could pay it down prior to that additional $20 million vesting for somebody who wants Kyler Murray as a bridge quarterback? Would another team be willing to take on $60 million of guaranteed money for Kyler Murray? Those are some of the moving parts, all of which is a way of saying, I think by any logical measure here, Rich, you'd say Kyler Murray is probably going to be someplace else in 2026. Again, it would be assuming that things remain static there with Jonathan Gannon and Monty Ossenfort, which I'm not assuming because, again, there's a lot of decisions that have to be made. But if they are, you'd like to think, all right, this is going to be the opportunity to go and get your quarterback. Maybe that's Jacoby Brissett, who leads in every category, it seems like, since he took over as a backup quarterback, while, by the way, playing with a 4th and 5th string running backs. Marvin Harrison Jr. has been in and out of the lineup. They've had other injuries at wide receiver. I mean, there's been a lot of different challenges that they've had here. But the contract is going to be a piece of this, just like it is with Tua Tagovailoa in Miami. It's kind of a similar type of a calculus here, which is, all right, can we pay it down and trade him to somebody who needs a bridge quarterback? All right, but then if you pay it down for the bridge quarterback, now you've got to pay to get your own bridge quarterback in. Arizona has that answered, hypothetically, because Jacoby Brissett's under contract for 2026. But this is part of what's going to be, I believe, Rich, a really, really busy and fascinating quarterback carousel as we get not even into March, but these things tend to start, rolling out as we get through January and towards Super Bowl week.
Hey, you made it all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Check us out every single day streaming live on Disney Plus and the ESPN app 12 to 3 Eastern.